Having ventured into the realm of the Valor of Forbidden Knowledge, Nakmatera, the party, Rolandir, Brynir, Ephron, Mick, Kelnies, and Val, now confront a strange figure. Perhaps the Herald they were told about, perhaps not. Regardless, as each of them stepped closer on this platform they'd appeared upon, strange things happened. Mick, as you are now 30 feet away from this figure, its face appears and addresses you. Mick, daughter of another world, do you come seeking knowledge?
Well, I guess that depends. But regardless of that, I would like to continue forward, as my friends have.
You must have a deficit, then, of something that you seek, no?
You know, on second no, I don't, actually.
Then know ye enough of this world and your own?
I do my best with what I have, and I'm satisfied with that. Satisfied with an S.
That's still Mick. So, you do not seek after knowledge?
Not particularly at this moment, but ask me in a month or two.
You will seek knowledge, then?
I wasn't implying that, but thank you for jumping the gun. Now may I continue forward?
That depends on what you wish for.
Well, in case I didn't make myself clear before, I wish to follow my friends as they have.
Then you desire to be a follower?
Jeez, there's a lot of assumptions on this guy. I wish to follow my friends. I wouldn't call myself a follower. We just have a common goal. Do you understand me? Do you know what I mean?
I am unsure you know what you mean.
Care to clarify?
Of course. You know enough to get you by. You know your friends, their dispositions, their wants, perhaps their needs, and perhaps even your own. Do you know yourself?
Well, what a preposterous question. Of course I know myself.
Then, who are you?
Well, perhaps I should get to know you a little bit before I really spill my guts to you and tell you who I am.
I would not object. Whatever would make you more inclined to recognize what it is you desire.
Well, let's move forward and see what happens.
I cannot allow you to do so unless you answer me in the affirmative. That you do, in fact, seek the knowledge that I offer.
And do I have to accept it once I'm at a position to do so?
No. One is free to browse.
Well then, if that gets me closer to where everybody else is, I suppose, yes.
Mick, you are able to move again. You have your basic locomotive functions.
Mick decides to move forward, assuming that's what everybody else was doing.
As you are then on the same plane as Rolandir, Brynir, and Ephron, the cracks in your vision dissipate, and it seems to grow more distant, as if you were watching a projection of your vision, placed a little before your actual eyesight. Val Mess.
Uh-huh.
As you stand at the edge of this platform, physically, outwardly, you are entirely intact, still, firm, however you'd like to put it. However, on the inside is a very different story. You continue to hear the banging of drums, the clanging of metal, like a hammer striking an anvil over and over and over and over and over in the distance, echoing infinitely throughout your mind. And the scene around you changes completely, as you are not standing on a platform any longer, but in a green field. Knee-high brush stretching over hills as far as you can see. The mountains you recognize nearby are those that stand behind the city of Udelo, those mountains that divide the fell. Where you are is unclear, but as the grass shifts from its shades of green to yellows, you could ascertain that perhaps you're somewhere near the Emeric border, as these great fields and plains shift into the savannas of Emera.
Do I still hear this, like, the noise, or has that stopped?
It's more distant, but it's still there, constant, throbbing.
Is it distant in my own mind, or is it distant like it's diegetic to this environment?
Oh no, it definitely feels like it is coming from somewhere in the world in which you stand.
Okay.
It is no longer contained within just your imagination.
Okay.
It resonates around you. In fact, you see even the grass ripple with every wave of sound that passes over it.
Okay. Can I locate the direction that sound is coming from by, like, watching the ripples?
Yes.
Okay.
Seems to be coming from the west.
I'm nervous. Oh, I'm scared. Can I make a perception check just to look ahead of me for any danger?
Go for it.
I don't want to just, like, wander into random zone. Oh, yeah. Real bad. 9.
You see nothing as the tall grass just goes on in waves and hills around you, stretching on as far as you can see. Mountains and jagged rocky outcroppings popping up every now and then.
Okay. Do I get the sense that if I tried to perform magic wherever I am, it would hurt me?
That isn't something that you feel, no.
I'll cast invisibility on myself and move in the direction of the sound waves to the west.
Do you perform anything somatically when you perform invisibility?
I don't know. Let me look. So I would probably just like a cloaking sort of head-to-toe gesture.
You can decide whether or not this stops your spell, but as you move your hand in front of your face, it is not yours.
Oh! Val definitely gets startled by that. Whose hand is it?
Do you finish the spell?
No, because then I won't be able to see my hand.
So as you interrupt the spell, this hand in front of your face, it looks old, weathered. Definitely a tinge of bronze in the skin. Human, for sure.
I think this is a stupid idea, but Val is full of those. I think he's just going to kind of like surrender to this in the idea of like this, there's something that this is trying to show me, and I'm going to let it do that.
Okay. We'll return to Val in a moment. Rolandir, you are 20 feet away and have free mobility.
All right, continuing to press on.
As you take more steps, closing now to just 10 feet from the figure, it removes its hood and then begins to open up its robe.
Ew. Okay. Despite this, can Rolandir continue progressing past 10 feet?
Yes. As you come to then within 5 feet of the figure, you could reach out and touch it. Its robe drops to its feet, and you don't see anything. It's just a floating head.
Is it still looking at me? Like, does it have the facial features still that it had before, like, kind of that rippled through?
Yes.
All right. So, standing this 5 feet away, Rolandir attempts to speak once again and just says, "Perhaps an exchange of knowledge is in order."
Its voice is even more echoey now. 100 voices just breaking off. And they're not the same voice. They're different ones, too. That mirror and echo. And it's hard to understand even this figure, this face is saying. And it says, "What could you possibly offer me?"
Well, I think it only fair that you show me first. You offered the knowledge. What can you offer me? And then I will tell you what I know.
It is not what I can offer, but what you seek that I can answer. Therein lies my offer.
Very well. Then, how do we proceed? Must I ask a question, or what?
You must inform me of what you seek to learn.
Very well, then. Let's begin with something basic, shall we? Who wishes? What being in this great universe has the desire to bring about the end of Egadon?
There are many.
Specifically?
You would like me to name all of them?
I'm curious, yes? It
Just starts spouting off names. Names you do not recognize. Names in a language that seems foreign to you. It is guttural. It is raspy. It is not something you've heard. And these names make little sense upon hearing them.
And as it's going on and on, Rolandir kind of lets it go for a bit. It's like, all right. Clearly, there are many beings, as you said, who have this same desire, but perhaps more specifically and pertinent to what I specifically desire is there are many things that I have been told, and my group has been told, as to what can prevent what we believe to be the most impending destruction of Egadon, and there are many paths and routes which have been offered to prevent this, but I merely wish to know, how can I, as the Godborn, prevent this destruction?
As it stops speaking these names, which have honestly given you quite a headache. Quite honestly, a very sharp, repetitive pain in the forefront of your skull. And as it stops speaking these names, it says, "You must first realize, then, that there are none that you have known, that you do know, or that you have heard mention of, that seek the world's end." Brynir, do you continue to step forward?
Yes, he does.
As the figure looks down and then pulls back its hood and lets its robe fall, you see hair falling to just around shoulder length, a naked feminine body, and a face you recognize as Runa, someone you knew, someone, dare say, you loved.
Why is Runa here?
The figure answers, first and foremost in Runa's voice, but you still hear this symphony of other voices behind her. And she says, "Why would I not be?"
Because this is not a place for you.
Is this a place for the living?
No,
Then it is a place for the dead.
and you are not dead.
Am I?
Then how did you die?
I never said I was dead.
I said that this place was not a place for the living, and then you implied that you were dead.
I am aware of what I said and what I said alone. What is implied or inferred is in your mind, and yours alone. This is a place for the living. This is a place for the dead. This is not a place for the living. This is not a place for the dead.
Then it's a void.
No, you do not know the void.
No, I did not think that I did. But I am looking for the Godborn. You know that is what I must do.
The Godborn is here. And she, reaches out and touches Rolandir, who is standing 5 feet away from her. And then she holds out her palm toward you, and she says, "Through me, you may reach him."
And then Brynir takes her hand.
Okay. And you step within 5 feet of the figure. Mickey, you've progressed along your path as the figure turns toward you, putting its face down and drawing back its hood and revealing its also naked form. You see the changeling form of yourself standing before you. The hair is kind of floating in the air as if underwater.
So literally I'm seeing Mick's original form.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so Mick kind of steps back a little bit, a little fearful upon seeing him or her or their self in front.
And the figure says, "Why are you afraid?"
Why, I usually am quite flattered seeing my own portrait, but this, now this is something I can't fully digest.
Is that why you hide it then? Why you hide us from others? Do you think they would also not be so privy to the uncouth emotions that perhaps you feel at this time?
Come on. Speaking to myself, you know exactly why I don't show my regular face to others.
Of course I do. I never said I didn't.
So why do you ask obvious questions?
Because I do not believe they have obvious answers. And if they have answers at all, perhaps you know them not.
Touché. Then it's settled. We both don't know the answer. Are you happy? I said it. You said it. We said it.
Oh, you're unhappy.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm unhappy.
Okay, yes, fine.
Being cooped up within that shell every day, new eyes, seeing through different colors, new skin, feeling different textures, fingers, toes. Every time I only pray that I come to the same count each one. But, and this form of yourself looks at its body. I never see this. It twirls a finger through your red hair. And this, always contained.
Well, perhaps it's for the better.
Would you wish, then, that I was gone? That this, and she points to you, just your Talic man form, were just so, and never this? Mick once more gestures to Mick's own body.
Mick, the real Mick, looks down and crosses his arms and puts one hand up to his chin and starts to stroke it and thinks for a while, and then thinks about the question that was proposed, and then looks up and starts to say, "You know, I've thought of that for a very long time. And you're right. I have tried to hide you, or what looks like you, for a very long time. And I've been, quite honestly, ashamed. But the way I see it, it's advantageous to have these characteristics, this identity that's always hidden. And so, no, that isn't my wish.
Then what is?
I feel like I've been running away from myself for a very long time. I feel that seeing you here, being on this, or not even that, being on this quest, contributing to something, that is what I want. I feel like I am doing what I want. That is what I wish.
Then I'm not needed, am I?
Well, nobody said anything about that. You are needed, as I explained before. You ground me, you help me, and you give me particular skills that I do not have otherwise.
Then I offer you this. Those skills would not change. You would be able to mold and shape yourself as you saw fit. But this visage, fake Mick points to themselves, would be wiped away. You would not have to hide it. You would not have to hide me. You could be anyone, no one, without fear that something, someone, somewhere might gaze upon this form.
Mick thinks for a while to himself and contemplates the offer. He perks up and says, "Wait, but people have seen this form before. Those who I've spoken about, my compatriots, they've seen my true form."
And were they afraid?
Maybe some, but I cannot speak to that. No. You know what? No, I do not think that they were afraid. And so, no, I do not wish to get rid of this. That's my final answer.
And fake Mick changes once more. Again, this robed figure appears before you as the image of your changeling self withers away into dust. The figure draws back its hood once more, revealing a featureless face, and a voice in your head says, "Then I have nothing to offer you." Val, in a faraway land in your mind?
Yep.
What you doing?
I had surrendered to the thing to see if it would take me anywhere of its own volition.
It definitely didn't, but you still see and feel and hear this beating and its direction.
Okay, I'll follow my original course of thought then and go invisible and move towards the sound.
As you go, day changes to night. You make camp, light a fire, eat, go to sleep, wake up. Well, it's a little hard to fall asleep with the throbbing bashing in your head and the constant sound of this anvil in the distance. But as you do, and then wake up once more as the sun rises, you're greeted to a new day in these golden fields.
Do I get any closer?
The mountains to the east grow further.
I mean, I'm going for it, I guess. My mind is shattered, man. I'm into it. I'm gonna keep moving in this fruitless direction.
All right, then you just tell me after a point of time if you stop. As you continue traveling for 3 more days, in and out, small camp, eat, sleep, continue, and then 2 weeks go by, and then a month. You've yet to come upon a road. You've yet to come upon another soul. But as the mountains fade lower and lower on the horizon. The beating, the hammering, grows louder and louder as you approach the western edge of the fell, and those spiny mountains begin to emerge on the western horizon. You continue your travels?
I mean, yeah. What's another month?
Val's just going on a deep personal journey here.
I don't know if it's personal.
Another 2 months pass you by.
Jeez.
You've run out of food, but you're able to easily scavenge from natural resources. You haven't seen a single insect, a single bird, any other animal, and not a human or kin in sight.
Is that normal for this part of the fell, or no?
No, you're in the, southern reaches of Imera. There are cities here, bulwarks against the kin, walls, and you've seen none of it.
Okay.
And as a year passes,
Oh my gosh.
these fields fade to trees and forests as you then begin ascending the western edge of the fell. These mountains growing. The mountain in the middle of the fell, barely a speck in your vision. And as you climb and brave the cold, it's another few weeks before you find yourself at the mouth of a large cave on a cliff facing the fell and Imera below you, utterly empty of life. The banging now echoes off the walls of this cave, outward.
I'm going in.
And just for, reference, the cave mouth, at least 1,000 feet high.
Wow.
And it's tucked in there. It's nestled within these mountains. You've already gone over mountain peaks and through mountainous valleys to get to this point. And as you follow these tunnels, led not by light but by sound, as you feel you can almost see every inch of these rocky walls that you pass through, it grows larger and larger and larger until you see the tiniest, faintest light in sync with every strike of this ethereal hammer that you've heard for what feels like forever. Do you draw closer?
I mean, I've invested so much at this time, so...
As you approach, the walls and ceiling of this cavern are now too far away to even feel. That means you are standing in a space, a hollowed out space within this mountain that is thousands of feet across and thousands of feet high. And in the middle, you see the small shimmer, a tiny glimmer of light. It seems to be a sword, heated inside of a forge that you see nowhere around you. And with every strike and spark, you see something sitting beside an anvil with this hammer, striking this sword.
Have I seen this person before?
No.
Okay. I'll get as close as they will let me.
They look up at you as you get within 15 feet of them, but they do not stop hitting this sword with precision. Just smack, turning it over, smack, turn it over, again and again, repeated over and over, changing nothing. The glow on the sword does not diminish. The shape of the sword does not warp.
I have traveled for a very long time to get here.
The figure looks up at you and you do not recognize what it is. It is pearly. Its hands are large, only 2 fingers and then a thumb. It seems to be covered in some sort of chitinous exoskeleton. Its almost insectoid-like head looking at you peculiarly.
I have heard your hammering for longer than that, even. What are you making?
It chitters as these clacking mandibles move in what is perhaps its speech, but you don't understand it.
I cannot understand you.
And then it strikes the sword with one enormous blow, and dozens of sparks fly off and light a circle around you. And then the glow begins to fade, and it does not move to strike the sword again.
I'll cast Sending on it. if I can. Because sending allows, even if they don't speak my language, they understand like the general gist of what I'm saying. And I'll say, I do not mean you harm, I only perhaps I could learn your language.
And you receive back in your mind just bits and pieces of, I assume you're speaking Kinlish.
Yeah.
And you hear, I'm tired. Will you continue?
Oh no.
And then it stands. And as the glow continues to fade, it sets the hammer down on the stool and takes a step back and motions for you to sit.
I am not very strong, I'll say to it in sending. Perhaps you could rest and I can keep you company.
And it says, perhaps, but the work must continue. It cannot be ceased.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Is there no one else?
There is you. There is me. There is Agirio.
And who is that?
Why don't you do a history check for me real quick?
I'm proficient in that.
Yay!
Dice don't fail me now. They didn't. That is a 25.
You know that within the world, there are folk that worship great beasts and idols, as Egadon is full of them. Large creatures of mythic proportions that once roamed the land, their skeletons and remains and descendants in the forms of the modern creatures you find. However, some people believe that these beasts are gods embodied. The most well-known, at least, most popular of these beliefs worship a great drake called Agirio, the world drake, that is said to be buried beneath the mountains of the Fell. Not just buried underneath it, but comprising those mountains itself, circling around this great valley that everyone you know exists calls home.
There is only the three of us.
Please, it says, I assume you're still sending.
Yeah.
But even as it sends back to you, it still chatters and clicks in its insectoid tongue. I must rest, or I must continue. The glow must not fade. The beating must not stop, or it will wake.
Is that the purpose of your work?
Please. And it looks toward the hammer, and you, the glow now of the sword is faint. You can barely even make out the features of this being anymore.
I'm picking up the hammer.
Okay. And
I'll strike the sword.
And the glow returns for a moment. And you feel its hand, this creature's hand, on one of your shoulders. And can it send still?
If it didn't respond to me, then yeah.
I think the last thing it did respond to you last.
Okay,
so
if
can't
it signals me, I can sending again.
It gives you a little squeeze.
What is it?
Thank you. I will return. And then it starts to walk out of the cavern the way that you came.
Okay.
Well, now that he's gone, chuck the hammer. I'm out.
No, I'll strike it again.
You don't find that your arm tires, to be honest. Though it is a large hammer, it's a large sword. I don't know if Val has ever worked the forges, but
He certainly has not.
this seems to come to you rather naturally. And with this glow now reignited, the banging continuing louder, obviously, than it's ever been. This figure walks further and further away, outside this ring of light, back into the darkness. Ifran, you're 20 feet away. The figure draws back its hood and drops its robe, and you see a form that is constantly shifting. Its skin ripples like the waves of the ocean, changing its very nature from human to elfkin to elveret to mazkin, and all the different races of humans that you know. Talic, Demlic, Felish, Ematic, and then it beckons you closer.
Okay, yeah, Fran moves closer.
You're now within 10 feet of it.
Yep.
Your vision now is basically almost as if you were sitting 5 feet away from where your eyes should be. Like a little screen, like a projection. And around you is this haze, this mist of purples and blacks and whites. Similar to the energies of the rift that the wardens came through just the other day. And the figure says, "Do you lie?"
What do you mean?
It is a simple question.
I have lied before. I have also told the truth.
Do you lie to me?
Perhaps.
The form changes to now be the form of Rolandir, naked as the day he was born.
Do you lie to me?
No.
It shifts to Brynjar.
Do you lie to me?
No. I do not.
And then it shifts to Mick.
Do you lie to me?
No.
And then it shifts to Val.
Do you lie to me?
Of course not.
And then it shifts to Kelniace. Do you lie to me?
No.
And then it shifts to you.
Do you lie to me? Perhaps I do. But what of it?
And then it shifts again to the form that you recall of Vale. We made a bargain.
We did, and perhaps I intend to see it through.
This favor that you will inevitably cash in on? Do you know what it is?
Perhaps. But, are you actually Vale? Or are you a projection? Are you something that Namarta wishes me to see? So tell me, if you are truly the Herald, the aspect of Namarta, what is it that she wishes me to see? Does she wish to gain information about my dealings with Vale?
She knows what we know, chap. I wouldn't worry yourself about that.
Then she does not know the identity of the Wanderer.
She does not? No.
Then she has nothing to offer me.
Vale's visage fades before you, and it's returned to this white-robed figure, blank-faced. And the voice in your mind says, "But I do."
And if I ask you for this knowledge, what will it cost me?
What do you offer?
I can offer you release from this place. And he holds forth Emin.
If you wish to know the Wanderer, you must know the Void. Have you paid heed to the warnings that you read?
I have. Would I then become part of you?
No. I would be freed. I would be gone. Nakmatera's aspect would be destroyed in me, and you would know what you wish to know.
If there is one thing I know, it is that if a deal sounds too good to be true, it normally is. There is always a catch. So please tell me, if I gaze upon this knowledge, if I learn this thing, what is to become of me?
I cannot say, and it is not that I will not say, but that I do not know.
But my companions will be safe.
I cannot promise that, for they have strayed close to knowledge and elder things.
And I suppose you could not tell me, should I learn these things, if I would be able to relay this to my companions? The name of the Wanderer, for example. That is what I seek.
This knowledge can be granted to you. You may be able to relay this knowledge to those you travel with, but you must be able to bear the scars.
And can you tell me the Wanderer's intentions? In short, this knowledge that you promise at such great price, do you know if I will find it satisfactory? Can you reveal to me what the Wanderer has planned? Why the Veilors conspire against the mortals to bring about the destruction of Egadon? Can you show me these things?
I can. You need but ask.
Very well. In exchange for this knowledge, I shall give you a release.
Plunge the dagger into my heart, and you will know what you wish to know. But be warned, son of Ymer, son of the road. There are things that mortal minds cannot know, and interwoven with what you seek are answers that are not fit for the minds of beings less than ethereals. As I said, you will bear the scars.
Very well. For all things, there is a price. And Ephron stabs it in the heart with Iman.
Great.
Oh, gosh.
As you plunge Iman into the Herald, its form twists and spirals and compresses into a whirlwind of energy that enters into the dagger and through your hand as your veins grow black and purple, as your skin grows mottled. It shoots up your arm, and as you feel it reaching your head, touching your brain, suddenly everything becomes clear. You blink a couple times, and you're standing back in the Nexus, beneath the tavern. The others in their respective places around you. Kelnius, 50 feet away. Brynir and Rolandir are standing beside you. Mick is a few feet away. And Val is collapsed in a heap, also 50 feet back. And as the world then begins to spiral around you, Ephron, you know the answers that you sought. But as your mind begins to grasp what it means, what beings beyond your understanding desire, if they desire anything at all, if they are not simply existence, your ears ring, your nose is warm as blood begins to run down your face, and your vision grows blurry. Dizzy, you collapse. Kelnius rushes up to you. Rolandir, Brynir, you're right next to him.
It takes Rolandir a few moments to... Like, for him, was it just like he was speaking with his head and then it's just rush back to the room?
Yes. Blink and you're there.
So it takes a few seconds just to comprehend what's going on, and then he sees Ephron laying on the ground, this blood coming out. He immediately falls down and attempts to assist him in any way he can.
And Ephron, you see this, and you hear these muffled voices growing more distant as your vision closes in on itself.
In my few last waking moments, can I use the blood that's pouring from my nose to try to write out a name?
I will just prep. You're not dying. You're not going to die.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I was so ready. I was like, no.
I was ready for it to be like...
That would have sent Val into a depression.
Val has already lost his damn marbles. Like, that. He does not need a dead Ephron on top of that.
And it's like, Ephron, I'm sorry, but your handwriting's really bad. What are you saying?
Why do you do that in the Americ? Nobody
It's in
speaks
the Tower of...
Okay.
No. You are unable to scrawl anything as you slip into unconsciousness.
Cool.
Brynir, Mick, Rolandir, and Kelnius above you are just looking about, and then you all hear Luna's voice, and she says, Val! Kelnius turns to look. Ephron is still breathing.
Okay. Then if he's like not convulsing or showing any signs of getting worse, then yes, he'll turn to look at Val.
Brynir, looking around at everybody gathered at Ephron, looks at Val.
Luna has her head to Val's chest, and she looks up at you all and she just says, I've never seen this before. I don't know what's going on, but he's breathing, but his heart isn't beating.
What?
And far, far away, Val sits at a stool in a cave, clanging away at a sword with a hammer. Once, turns it over. Clang, turns it over. Again, and again, and again.